It comes delivered in packaging that says, "It's time, meet Pebble," and even has a cutesy little hello in a speech bubble. It sounds more like a friend of the family than a wristwatch. I'm Joe Levi for Pocketnow, and you might not believe it, but the Pebble isn't perfect. This is my Pebble smartwatch. Let's take a look at 5 things that the Pebble, well, is either missing or missing the mark. Pocketnow's Michael Fisher backed the Kickstarter project for Pebble when it was just $99. I got in a little bit later when it was $115. Today, if you want to pre-order your own Pebble, in addition to waiting quite a while, it's going to cost you $150. What you're met with first is this nice packaging, which holds everything in shape the way it's supposed to and is pretty durable. It's got a USB cord for charging and the watch, and that's it. There's not even any instruction book, just this little image to show you. Go online if you want to know how to set it up and how to use it, which of course most of us won't. When you look at it, the watch itself is only this big. The strap, however, is much larger. And what's with that strap? I mean, looking at it, yeah, it's durable, it's flexible, it's black, it's rubbery, and it doesn't feel all that bad, but it doesn't really conform to your wrist all that much. When you wear it, it feels like a rubber wrist strap, not something that you'd expect to come on a $150 watch. A $150 watch demands a certain level of build quality and workmanship, and the watch itself certainly does. The strap, however, I'm a little disappointed. The part of the watch that you're going to be looking at is the display, and it might be a little bit interesting to know that this display isn't quite as high definition or even high resolution as you might think. It's not surprising, it's a watch. That's not bad when you're looking at it down here. When you're looking at it up close, if we can get this to focus for you, it's just not as nice as you might think. Email notifications, for example, look just fine when they're down here, but to read them, you may have to bring it up a little bit closer. When you do that, focus notwithstanding, you see pixels. We're used to not seeing pixels. We have retina displays, we have high PPI stuff, but there are pixels. If you can't see them in the text, that's okay. Look at the funny little shadow down at the bottom and up here at the top. As I scroll, you can see this faux shadow to let me know that there's either more stuff to scroll to or that I'm all done. And it's pixelated, and it just doesn't look as pretty as it should. You might not be able to tell here, but this display is not e-ink. I thought it would be a display like, well, the Kindle or the Nook that would be perfectly readable and use little teeny microscopic drops of ink that are turned over to display black or white, just like the ebook readers are, but it's not. This is a liquid crystal display. Now, that means that it's going to use a little bit more power than an e-ink display would. It's probably not going to be as sharp or as legible in bright sunlight, but as long as you're looking at it with a lot of black and not very much white, it does pretty well. They do still call it e-paper, but not e-ink, which is a little bit confusing. Don't be confused, this is LCD, not e-ink. Being able to control your music from your wrist is, well, just geeky. To get to it, you just have to hit your left button, go down to Music, select it, you're told who the artist is, and what the song name is, the album, all that fun stuff. You can play and pause. Right there. You can go to the next track. You can go back, and all kinds of stuff. That's where things get weird. If you want to control another media player, that's not a problem. Just open your Pebble app, go into settings, and you can come down here to your preferred music app. Any app that you have installed that plugs into your Pebble will work with this. So you can see I've got Pandora and I've got Pocket Cast, my podcast player, in here. Let's say I want to control Pocket Cast from my wrist so I can play and pause. We'll go ahead and do that. And there I am on the Pocketnow Pocket Cast. But as you can tell, this is not various artists. This is not Any Way You Want It from Rock of Ages. It doesn't update this information with, well, Pocketnow and who was on it, or even the episode number or name. Why? I don't know. It doesn't even do that with Pandora. So although you can control it, the information about what's playing isn't really what's playing, which is really odd and somewhat confusing. On Pebble, everything's an app. To get into it, you tap your left button, and you can choose from all of these watch faces. Well, that's fine, but music isn't a watch face. Set alarm, not a watch face. Settings, not a watch face. And then all of a sudden, we have more watch faces. Now, everything above settings is what came pre-installed on the watch, and everything below it is what you added on through the Pebble app from your smartphone. But it's not organized. I don't necessarily want my set alarm to be in the same list as my watch faces, and eventually when we do get more apps like a bike odometer or a jogging pedometer or whatever app that we have, I don't want that all right in here. I want to have them separated into watch faces, apps, settings. Is that too hard? You wouldn't think so, but this isn't even organized alphabetically, and until you realize that on Pebble, everything is an app, and it's just thrown here together kind of chronologically in the order that you added it to your Pebble smartwatch. It takes a little bit of getting used to. Speaking of apps, where are they? The Pebble website shows off some cool features of their watch, a cycling app, one for jogging, and even a rangefinder for golf. Unfortunately, they're not on the watch, nor are they available to download to the watch. Not yet, anyway. All we have now is, in all honesty, a pretty limited selection of watch faces and no other apps, let alone third-party apps. Of course, this is a new product, and it's a classic chicken and an egg problem, which comes first. But I'd hope to have at least the features that they showed off, and are still showing off on their website, available on my watch at least by the time I got it, and if not, a little bit after. Patience, I suppose, is a virtue. The Pebble is a great product despite some of its shortcomings that I'm sure that they're going to improve over time. Luckily, they can do that because of the way that it's built. If you liked what you saw here, why not give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Go over there and say hi to us. Head back to the article at PocketNow.com and leave a comment with your thoughts. For Pocket Now, showing off my Pebble, I'm Joe Levi. Thanks for watching.